Hey guys, Allison here. Well, over the years, I've worked with a lot of people who struggled with very difficult parents. Maybe their parents were very demanding, very immature. Maybe they were abandoned by a parent when they were very, very young. And of course, those things leave tremendous wounds. But one of the things that I found helpful for a lot of people is making a distinction between getting older and growing up. Right? Because when we're children, our parents are the grown-ups, right? But what I've observed over the years is that people all get older, but not everybody grows up. And often when we look back, when somebody's had, let's say, a parent that abandoned them or was immature or not there for them, whatever it was, sometimes those parents might have been 20 years old, and overwhelmed with responsibility or came from difficult backgrounds themselves. So I think sometimes when we change our perspective, we may have to recognize that, maybe they got older, but they never really grew up. And there are obstacles sometimes to growing up. If there are emotional wounds, if there isn't guidance, often it's a pattern that's repeated generation to generation, right? We can't give what we haven't received. So sometimes that gets passed along. And people, are understandably frustrated and upset, but I think we've got to back up. Now, what does it actually mean to be grown up? What is emotional maturity really all about? Emotional maturity is when we can effectively guide our emotions by reason. All right, so when somebody just bursts into tears, we say, oh, you're acting like a baby. Because babies can't do that. They can't control their emotions or guide their emotions by reason. Their emotions are ruling them. But the goal for all of us is that we guide our emotions. Now, if our emotions are particularly strong, we may not be able to guide them at the moment. So the best guidance we can give is say, okay, I'm not going to do anything when I'm really, really upset. But ultimately, when we grow up, we're able to guide those emotions by reason and not allow our emotions to be in control. So I think if we evaluate some of the people in our lives, we may see that they really aren't mature. They don't have the ability to do that, and we can't make them change. We can work on ourselves and recognize what our feelings are and how do we guide those emotions using reason. Now, if you struggle with that, reaching out to a Catholic therapist at catholictherapist.com can be really, really helpful, because that's our goal, is to kind of heal those emotional wounds and then learn how to manage our emotions more effectively so we can be happy and we can have mature relationships and we can break those patterns perhaps that maybe existed for generations in our family. So I hope you find that helpful to kind of really look at your parents with more compassion, to recognize that maybe they had their wounds, their limitations. They may have been very young and very immature when they were raising you, and maybe they've grown up since then. But I think that helps. Again, when we're little, they're our world. They're the grown-ups, but it doesn't mean they were actually grown up. Hope you find it helpful. Again, reach out to a Catholic therapist if you're suffering. God wants you to be happy. He wants you to be free of these wounds, right? So I hope you find it helpful. God bless you.